Today I don't feel like doing anything. I just wanna lay in my bed. Okay, but sometimes you have to do stuff. What's up, social media? My name's Xenia, and I got through so much procrastination last week, so I'm back with another episode of Mindset Mondays, and we're gonna talk about how to defeat your arch nemesis, procrastination. Let's get into it. Tip number 1. The first thing that you can do that I think makes a huge difference in breaking through procrastination is identify the phrase that you say to yourself right before you go into your pattern of avoidance. People think that procrastination is about avoiding tasks. It's not. It's actually about avoiding thoughts and feelings that are super uncomfortable. So my phrase is, I can't do it. I can't do it. And there are associated phrases like, I don't know how, this is so hard, I don't know what I'm doing, this is stupid, what's the point? And those are all just justifications for the original phrase, which is this idea that I can't do it, whatever it is. Okay, so it's really important that you distinguish what conversation you're having with yourself, what phrase or command you say to yourself right before you go into that pattern of avoidance, and then you can do one of two things. Flip the phrase, so I could flip it from I can't do it to I can do it, I'm capable, I'm ready, I'm willing to learn. More importantly, I think the best thing you can do once you've distinguished what that phrase is start to detach from it. In other words, stop identifying so much with it, like that's me having that thought, thinking that phrase, oh my God, I personally cannot do it. No. I want to start noticing it and observing it rather than identifying with it and getting caught up in it. So instead of, oh my God, I really can't do it, I want to start thinking to myself, wow, look at me thinking that thought again, having those thoughts that I can't do it. How interesting. That is going to give you just a little bit of space, which brings me into tip number 2. Remember, like I said before, people think that procrastination is about avoiding tasks, but it's actually about emotional regulation. In other words, you procrastinate because there's a feeling that you associate with that task that you're avoiding. So start by distinguishing what are the feelings that you get when you do that task that make you want to avoid it so bad. For example, if you are procrastinating because you're worried that the project that you want to work on isn't going to turn out well, and you've got this kind of perfectionism-based concern, you can start to associate the task with something else. You might have to give up your worry, but what are you going to do once you've given up your worry? It's really important, if you give up one negative pattern, to replace it with a positive pattern. So, por ejemplo, if I'm going to give up my worry, I might commit myself to, say, having fun or having an adventure or learning something new. If I'm avoiding something because I feel stupid, every time I sit down to do it, I just feel kind of dumb and kind of clueless and like I don't know what I'm doing, that's a great moment to go talk to a coach, talk to an expert, or do some research so that I have a little more expertise and I can stop judging myself so harshly. Or just notice you're the only one making yourself feel that way, or maybe somebody made you feel that way a long time ago and you don't want to give them any power over you anymore. The key here is that it's very important to flip the feeling and start to associate the task with some sort of positive feeling that's opposite the feeling that you've been avoiding. A really good example, I think, is if you're avoiding a task because you find it boring, like I am every time I have to deal with my accounting or my taxes, you can make it fun. So I play Afrobeat and French pop music, and I sit there with my spreadsheets, and every time I finish a month of accounting, I get up and I have a dance break. Now I don't associate that task with so much drudgery and so much boredom. I've reframed it for myself and I've made it a lot easier to tackle. Another element of this, like I said, is just like it's important to give up maybe your negative experience, it's really important to declare and focus on what kind of experience you want to have and put your energy into creating that for yourself. Tip number 3 is a little easier said than done, but I want you to try it. Tip number 3 is actually to basically ignore your thoughts, feelings, emotions, opinions, concerns that you have about that thing that you're avoiding and take the action anyway. Now, let me clarify. I don't mean that you pretend you don't have those feelings or you convince yourself that you're feeling better than you are or that you eat your feelings. I do mean that you distinguish them, honor them, definitely have compassion for yourself, But the important thing here is we don't want to be super dominated by our feelings. If we're super dominated by our feelings, we're basically toddlers. It's really important to train yourself to be almost like a robot with your integrity or with the things that you've given your word to. So take a task like brushing your teeth, for example. That's a task where you don't even interact with, do I want to do this or not? Do I feel like doing this or not? I want you to train yourself to stop interacting with that question. Do I want to? Do I feel like it? Etc. If you're waiting till you feel like it to go to the gym, you might be waiting a long time. Notice that you're having all these thoughts and all these ruminations and all these concerns, and have that have nothing to do with whether or not you take action. Take action anyway. Speaking of, another tip when you find yourself ruminating, overthinking, or overanalyzing is something called the STOP technique. I'll put a PDF with more information about that in the description of this video. Basically, when you notice yourself ruminating or overthinking something, having all those thoughts, oh my God, I can't do it, I don't know how, this is so hard, what's the point, I feel stupid, you go, stop it. You just say stop to yourself out loud.
Tell me about the problem that you wish to address.
Oh, okay. Well, I have this fear of being buried alive in a box.
Has anyone ever tried to bury you alive in a box?
No, but truly thinking about it does make my life horrible.
I'm going to say 2 words to you right now. I want you to listen to them very, very carefully. Then I want you to take them out of the office with you and incorporate them into your life. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, here they are. Stop it!
I'm sorry?
Stop it!
And that may not completely eliminate all your unproductive thoughts, but it will shake you out of your pattern of ruminating for just a moment, and you'll get a little bit of space. And in that little bit of space, you'll be just a little less identified and consumed with those thoughts. You can start to see that it's possible to take some action, or you'll get some ideas for how you can be creative. It's sort of like pep talking yourself, and in my experience, it does help. If you have any questions on how to really apply this and strategize yourself forward, feel free to send me a message or leave a comment with a question and I will respond. That's all I have for you today. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and share it with your friends. I hope that you have a super productive week, and I'll see you again soon with another video. Thanks. Bye.
I should just stop it.
There you go. I mean, you don't want to go through life being scared of being buried alive in a box, do you? I mean, that sounds frightening.
It is.
Then stop it!
I can't. I mean, it's been with me since childhood.
No, we don't go there. Just stop it.
But my horoscope did say...
We definitely don't go there. Just stop it. What else?
Well, I have self-destructive relationships with men.
Stop it!
I wash my hands a lot.
That's all right.
It is?
I wash my hands all the time. There's a lot of germs out there. Yeah, don't worry about that one.